In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I have been turning over in my mind ever since. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, he told me, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. It all started off when I had dinner with the Buchanans.
I've got a nice place here. Come on, Nick. I'll show you inside.
All right. Come on in. Oh, so you're Nick. I heard you live in West Egg. I know somebody there.
I don't know anybody.
You must know Gatsby.
Gatsby? What Gatsby?
Well, actually...
Come on, Nick. Dinner's being served. You don't want the food to get cold, do you?
Why candles? In 2 weeks is going to be the longest day of the year. Do you wait for it? Because I always do. But I always miss it.
We ought to plan something.
What should we plan?
Well, we could actually...
Look at my finger. It hurts. You did it, Tom. I know you didn't mean to, but you still did it. That's what I get for marrying such a big, strong, hulking specimen of a man.
I hate that word. Hulking?
Hulking.
Daisy and Miss Baker talked at once, unobtrusively, and with a bantering inconsequence that was never quite chatter. They knew that presently dinner would be over, and a little later that evening, too, would be over and casually put away. It was different from the West, where evenings were hurried.
Daisy, you make me feel uncivilized. Can we talk about cops or something?
Civilization is going to pieces. Have you read that one book, Rise of the Colored Empire, by that man Clever?
No, I haven't.
Well, you ought to. Every man's have to. The idea of the book is that the white race will go extinct if we don't look out for ourselves. It's all scientific stuff. It's been proved.
Tom is getting very insightful. He reads deep books with long words. What was that word?
Oh, don't worry about it. It's just all scientific. The author has it all worked out. I mean, if the white race doesn't take over everyone, then the other races will take over us.
We gotta beat him down.
You ought to live in California.
The idea is that we're Nordics. I am, you are, and we... See, we've got civilized...
The telephone rang, and Daisy seized upon the moment and leaned
I have
toward
a
me.
family secret. It's about the butler's nose. Do you want to know about it?
That's why I came here tonight.
He wasn't always a butler. He used to be a silver polisher in New York. He polished so much that it affected his nose.
Things went from bad to worse.
So bad that he lost his job. I love you for being here, Nick. You remind me of a rose. An absolute rose. Doesn't he?
An absolute rose.
Thanks.
Be quiet. I'm gonna go check on Tom.
Daisy excused herself.
That Mr. Gatsby is here. Shh,
I'm trying to listen.
What's happening?
You mean to say you don't know?
I don't.
Well, Tom got some woman in New York.
Some woman?
You'd think she'd have the decency not to call during dinner.
It couldn't be helped.
I saw a bird outside, Tom. So romantic.
Very romantic. So, Nick, if it's still light out after dinner, I want to take you down to the stables. How about it?
Good.
The horses were never mentioned again.
We don't know each other very well, Nick. Even though we're cousins, you still didn't go to my wedding.
I wasn't back from war.
That's true. I've had a really bad time lately. I don't really see a whole lot.
An awkward atmosphere abrupted.
So, she eats and talks and everything?
Oh, yes. Listen, Nick. You want to hear what I said when she was born?
Of course.
It'll show you how I've gotten to feel about things. She was less than an hour old, and Tom was God knows where. I woke up feeling abandoned. I asked the nurse if she was a boy or a girl. She said it was a girl. Then I started crying. All right, I said. I was glad she was a girl, and I hoped she'd be a fool, because that's the best thing a girl can be in this world, a fool. A beautiful little fool. Everything's terrible. I would know. I've seen and done everything. Ha ha ha. Sophisticated. I'm so sophisticated.
In the other room, Tom and Miss Baker sat on a long couch, and she read aloud to him from the Saturday Evening Post. When we came in, she held us silent for a moment.
To be continued in our very next issue. Well, 10 o'clock. Time for this girl to go to bed.
Did you know Jordan was playing in a tournament tomorrow? It's at Westchester.
Oh, so you're Jordan Baker.
Good night. Wake me up at 8, please.
If you will.
I will. Good night, Mr. Carraway.
Of course you will. In fact, I'll arrange a marriage. You should come over more often, and I'll help you arrange it.
Good night. I haven't heard a word.
She's a good girl. But they shouldn't let her run around the country like this.
Who shouldn't?
Her family.
She's from New York?
From Louisville. We spent our childhood there together. Our beautiful wife.
Did you give Nick a little heart-to-heart talk up on the veranda?
Did I? I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure we talked about the Nordic race. And the next thing you know...
Don't believe everything you hear, Nick.
Thank you for the dinner. Good night. I did not hear anything at all.
Wait. I have something to ask you. It's important. We heard you got engaged out west.
That's right. We heard you were engaged to a woman out west.
It's a lie, Belle. I'm too poor.
We heard it from 2 or 3 people. It has to be true.
I knew what they were talking about, but I wasn't even close to being engaged. Actually, I was confused and a little disgusted as I drove away. And then I saw him. A man, possibly Mr. Gatsby himself. I decided to call to him, but it seemed like he wanted to be alone.